What if the call's already been made and nobody told us? What if the text you're hoping never hits the timeline is sitting drafted on a desk at Hollis Hall subject line? DJ Moore, contingency options? Picture this, late night film still rolling, coffee gone cold, an assistant sliding a depth chart across the table while a phone vibrates face down. Another buzz, another area code. The kind of number you only get when a contender's getting desperate. If your stomach just dropped like it's 14 inches in December, good. That's the feeling of a franchise standing at the fork in the roll reload on the fly or rip the bandage and reset the clock. The question isn't, would anyone call on DJ Moore? The question is whether the Bears are ready to pick up and what the price is for our best route runner. In a city that bleeds for its receivers who block as hard as they catch, here's what we're doing. Tonight, no spoilers, no fairy dust. I'm going to lay out the case like a trench coach draws up short yardage, the timeline math that makes a move even thinkable, the cap and pick mechanics that give Chicago leverage, why certain contenders are circling right now, and what a post-Moore offense would look like if the front office leans into youth. I'll also walk you through the risk ledger locker room, QB development, and what it does to a head coach trying to build a tough, accountable identity. And only after that do we lift the tarp on the headline you came for. Stick with me start to finish, every detail matters. Quick break in the huddle. If you want honest, blue-collar Bears talk no fluff, no excuses, hit subscribe to Bears News Fan Report. Ring the bell and drop a like so this community keeps growing. We're the show that talks gaps, protections, and the truth. Let's set the stage like men in the mud. The Bears sit at 0-2, and the tape isn't lying. Protection has springs in it. The run fits are a half step late, and the red zone play sheet looks like it's missing 2 pages. Ben Johnson came in to put nails in the floor. Precision, sequencing, answers versus pressure. 2 weeks in, the structure's still being installed. That's not panic. That's context. We have 16 weeks left in a locker room that believes it can punch out of a corner. And this is a Chicago size, but you don't keep your head in the sand if the current arc point to a reset. You weigh the long view against the short fuse. The roster timeline is the fulcrum. On one side, Rome Odunze and Luther Burden Young, explosive, still learning NFL coverages, stacking days. Caleb Williams, year 2, processing faster but adapting to Sunday violence. On the other, DJ Moore, a wanted technician who breaks leverage like it owes him money and whose prime sits slightly ahead of the rest of the offense's curve. It's not about talent. It's about synchronized clocks. Do you ride the veteran all the way through the growing pains? Or do you convert elite value now into picks and cap to build the offense Caleb will be running in years 3, 4, 5? Now the headline clean. No spin. Multiple league conversations have put a real possibility on the table that the Bears could explore trading DJ Moore if the early season slide hardens into a long winter. That's not a fire sale. That's not a done deal. It's a scenario the organization must be prepared for because calls are happening. Front offices aren't subtle in September. They see 0-2. They check your contract sheet and they test your resolve. Is this official? No. Is it speculation? Yes, structured speculation with enough smoke that you don't just wave it away. Let's talk the why, like block and tackle. 1. Value curve. Moore's contract is star caliber, but team manageable, with a potential out down the line that keeps things flexible for the acquiring team. That's catnip for contenders who are one route winner shy of a parade. 2. Chicago's growth arc. If you decide this is a long-haul build around a young QB and 2 blue-chip wideouts on rookie deals, you can plausibly argue that converting Moore into top 50 draft capital, plus a controllable player accelerates the depth around Caleb. All Edge DB3. Cap hygiene. The number isn't punitive, but moving it strategically gives you space to support the franchise QB with veterans in the trenches, which is where this city actually wins. Now, the fit check for the league sharks. 2 jump off the tape. Kansas City, the most obvious of obvious. Rashee Rice's timetable has tightened their receiver room to a wire. Travis Kelce is still an alien, but they're asking Mahomes to play left-handed too often. A technician like Moore who can separate on 3rd and 6 without exotic motion. That's the store they shop at. Buffalo's the other. Josh Allen can make any throw, but the room needs a steady, chain-moving WR1 who murders quarters coverage. Both franchises are built to overpay when the window says now. That's Chicago's leverage. What would the offers even look like? Think of packages in tiers. Tier 1, pick-centric with a second-rounder that smells like late first, plus a useful player on a rookie or team-friendly deal. Tier 2, first-rounder with light protections, a day 2 pick, and a rotational defender you can coach up. Tier 3, the contenders we're desperate. Bib multiple picks across 2 drafts and a young vet who steps in right away. The Bears don't have to take a haircut here. If they engage, they should set the terms. Premium asset or keep moving. Let's slow the tape and talk ball, because fans deserve to know how this actually changes Sundays. With Moore in-house, the fences play us honest. He wins isolation at the sticks. He punishes single high looks. He blocks with bad intentions on the edge. He's the guy who lets you call duo on 3rd and 3 because the corner doesn't want that smoke. Without him, you're living younger. The offense shifts to more bunch stack releases for O'Duns and Burden, more play-action crossers for easy YAC, more motion to create free access. You lean heavier on 12 personnel to help the protection and manufacture matchups. The stress then falls on Caleb's timing with his rookie sight adjustments versus pressure, hot routes that require trust. It can work, but it demands reps, patience, and a line that keeps the pocket from turning into a funhouse floor. Locker room math matters. DJ Moore isn't just production. He's tone. He works. He doesn't chirp. He blocks like it's 4th and 1 in a snow game. You move a guy like that, you better earn back the room with 2 things: honesty and a plan. Players handle business. They don't handle surprises. If you call your shot and say, "We're pivoting to the long view. Here's how we protect Caleb. Here's how we feed Roman Luther. Here's the veteran we're signing Tuesday." Pros nod and go to work. Anything less, and you're asking your coach to put out fires with a film pointer. Head coach angle. Ben Johnson came here to build a system that travels. Easy answers versus pressure. Efficient run game that can bully even when they know it's coming. And root families that make life easier on a young QB. Trading your WR1 midseason clips some of that. But it can also crystallize identity. You tell the room, our edges will be better, our protections cleaner, our run game meaner. You take the picks, you pour them into the trenches, and you become the team other offenses hate to see in November. That's Chicago football. And every 50-year-old in a Carhartt jacket watching this knows it.risk board. Let's put it on the whiteboard like men. Risk 1. Caleb's growth. Removing a safety blanket can slow his processing if you don't replace reliability with structure. Solution. Compress the menu. Build in pure progression concepts early. Hammer the backs in Pass Pro and give him a true hot built into every call. Risk 2. Red zone efficiency. Moore is a separator. In tight quarters, that's gold. Solution. More heavy personnel. Motion in the bunch to create rub leverage, QB keeper, and sprint out to have the field. Risk 3. Optics. You're selling? Chicago fans hate the idea of quitting. Solution. Don't sell, reallocate. Win ugly the following week. If you beat someone 20-16 with 150 rush yards and a goal line stand, the message lands. Now, clarity time. Is a DJ Moore trade likely in some absolute sense? No. Is it on the board in a way that wasn't 2 weeks ago? Yes. The combination of a 0-2 start, a youth-heavy core, and contending teams with urgent needs means the phone is ringing. This isn't rumor chasing. It's acknowledging market dynamics. You don't have to jump. But you do have to know your number and your line in the sand. Let's look at the trenches. because that's where Chicago's soul lives. If you flip more for top 50 capital, a blueprint emerges. Draft or trade for a bulldozer right tackle who hates daylight, add a veteran center who sets protections like a metronome, and bring in a rotational 3-tech who crashes pockets on third down. Surround Caleb with a run game that turns 2nd and 9 into 3rd and 2. And watch how much easier life gets for a young quarterback and 2 young receivers. You want to keep your QB clean? Build a convoy, not a highlight reel. There's also an underrated special teams angle. Field position wins in Chicago weather. If you're going to score fewer fireworks plays without more, you must steal hidden yards coverage units that pin teams at the 15. Return units that flip the field to midfield twice a game. Championship cultures sweat those inches dots, so where do I land? I'm a Bears lifer who believes in trench football and accountability. If we stack wins the next 2 weeks and the offense starts to hum protection cleaned up, run game biting, Caleb finding rhythm, you keep DJ. Moore and Uri, period. He's the kind of pro who makes a young QB's life livable and a defense respect every blade of grass. But if the slide continues, if by Halloween we're staring at 2-6 and the offense is learning on the clock while contenders are calling with premium picks, you owe it to the franchise to listen. Not to cave, to listen. The only way you pull the lever is with 3 conditions met. 1. Real draft value, none of this late third nonsense dressed up as gold. 2. An immediate roster move that supports Caleb, oh help, veteran WR who knows the tree, or a Tay who blocks like a 6th lineman. 3. Clear messaging to the room that this is a pivot, not a white flag. You do those 3, and the badge on the helmet stays heavy. You miss any of them, and you're just trading a chain mover for applause emojis. Before we get out of here, I want your take bricklayer honesty, no cutesy stuff. Would you move DJ Moore if it nets a first-rounder and a useful player, or is he the line you refuse to cross? If you trade him, which position are you spending that pick on first right tackle, edge, or corner? And if you're a hard no, tell me how you'd fix the offense with here. Drop it in the comments. On this channel, your voice sets the tone like a middle linebacker calling strength. My final word. Bears football is built on blue-collar pride 4th and 1. Low pad level, finish the play. DJ Moore exemplifies that. Trading him should be the last tool in the box, used only if this season demands a structural reset. If that day comes and the return is real, you make the tough call and then you line up Sunday and prove you're still the team nobody wants to block for 4 quarters. Because in this town, we don't win press conferences, we win the line of scrimmage. Bear down.